welcome to the channel. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. So of course you guys know what time of year it is. We are coming up to the 11/11 sale pretty shortly, and this is the main thing that you want to focus on here. Is these are the coupons. So whether or not the actual individual stores have sales or not, you can utilize these coupons on Aliexpress to obviously get what you want, in addition to the sales offered by the various brands. And I'll also note, I think out of all the brands on there, San Martin do have their own coupons as well. So we are looking to save quite a bit of money, bring the watches even further down. So with regards to this list here, I've got around 15 watches in my cart ready to show you guys. There's a various, collection here, various selection should I say, sorry. And it ranges from watches which I've looked at. It also has watches which I haven't reviewed, but they're from reputable brands. And there's also a question mark category where they just stand out to me. They're a bit interesting. So it's up to you guys if you want to look at them. But due diligence is check out the reviews. If people have bought it, you've got some reviews there. But that isn't always an indicator. But, it's just something to look at, right? So let's make a quick start. I want to get into this right here, right now. So we've got 15 watches, and let's start with the watches that I do know about and that I've looked at. So the first one that happens to be here is the latest one added. This is one from Baltany. Now, if you were going to have an Explorer homage, I'd say Baltany is the best one. They've got a couple of features like this slimmer bezel, which I really like, and it makes the watch look better. You don't want that thick bezel around there. Second thing is, it is a no date movement, and they actually use the Seiko NH38, so not just a no date design. And the last thing, which I think is the best thing about it, is a dial color, which nobody has done. I believe maybe San Martin did one after, but with these guys, you've got that domed crystal, but on top of this really lovely brown dial. Now, I seriously think brown is the new black. We need a lot more brown dials. And it's also, I think, sunray / enamel, but it looks amazing. And it's, 39 millimeters as well. I'm not too sure if they do a 36 mil, but this is the one I would recommend. And in the upcoming sale, it is £150. Now, this is always has been a bit pricey. It's not been, really low end like watch dives, etc. But I'd say it's worth it. And 150 with the NH38 in there, and what I've just shown you, I think it's really well worth the money. So let's go on to our next one, something which I've looked at. So again, this is the Thorn. It's homaging the new reissue of the 6.2 mass, basically, right? The high-end one that Seiko did. Now, this watch, as I said in the review, when I checked it out, I don't like the design, but after the review, it did change my mind, and that's mainly because of the just sheer build quality on offer. The casework, the bezel, the handsets used, the bracelet, everything is really on point. Only thing is, there's lack of branding anyway, which could be good or bad depending on how you look at it. But I mean, the bezel inset, everything's really high quality. Dial wise, for great legibility, I'd say maybe go for a white with a silver, or just your standard black one, because this texturing does kind of get in the way as well. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. The blue and black is the one I had. Really nice watch. If there's anything else on here, yeah, it's a 40mm case diameter. Yeah, and you can see just some of the close-ups there. I'd say a really well made watch. Now, the price for this is in the Aliexpress sale, £96 with potentially coupons, so that'll bring it down further. I think that was true. It was actually 120 when I looked at it, but it's gone down dramatically. So next up we have, let's have a look. Yeah, a classical one from San Martin. Now, there's a lot of lists out there, San Martin, just all over the place. We're gonna hit a few for sure in this list, but this BB58 homage, really top quality. You can't beat it. They do have a no date dial, but they don't have a no date movement. That's something that San Martin don't do. However, the price is 116 currently, but it's going down to 114, even more, and this is the lowest it has ever been. £114, guys. This watch, 40mm, is an absolute steal. And even if you don't like homage watches, if you're considering a Tudor, I say get this. You're only spending £120. Then you'll know if you really want the Tudor or not. But yeah, so definitely has to be on the recommendations. So let's go down into something. Yeah, again, here we have one that we looked at. This is the Titanium Pelagos homage by Thorn. £130 right now, but it's going to go down to £108, which is the cheapest it's been. It came out at 160. Now this has one of those features which I mean, everyone who's looked at it is talking about it, is that toolless bracelet adjustment, which I find super easy. Comes with the P5000 movement, 39mm, and you know, the loom is incredible on it, you know, thick blocked out loom. And yeah, you can choose different colors. I'll go for the black if you want that understated everyday look. Blue's also a nice one, and this gold and bronzy-ish, you know, yellow hue is a bit more particular. It's a bit more restricted in how often you're going to wear it and with what, right? So £108 is definitely a great price for this. It is a no-brainer if you like sporty titanium dive watches. Yeah, really well made as well. Great finishing on there, guys. Can't really praise this enough. Okay, now where else are we going? Where are we going to next? I think so this covers all the watches that I have for sure reviewed, and let's bring you some, you know, from a reputable source, and something which I thought looked quite tasty. So we're gonna go to a 39mm brown Baltany. Yeah, I've just said why. You know, I was gonna ask why do you think I chose this, but it's very clear why. That brown dial. Baltany are the only ones that bring out these brown dials, and this sunburst fume, at least in the pictures, and these are real pictures, not renderings, it looks stunning. Black date wheel, you got your central seconds hand and a simple two-hand eye. It's a field watch. The case is 39mm. Baltany have really nice cases. Look at that polished flat bezel. In fact, I might kind of get this in. It looks really good for a nice field watch, because field watches, to me, I'll be honest, these military style, I do find them quite bland and boring, but this one is exactly the opposite. I mean, if you look at the black color, it doesn't have the same effect as the blue for sure, right? And I'll pair this with a nice, you know, it's not this leather strap that you see here. I'll pair it with a nice rubber strap or something, just a, you know, something with a bit more character from a leather strap. Looms there as well. Yeah, brand dial, £110 currently, but it's going to go down below 100. So this is definitely something I'm going to pick for this sale. Next up, yes, let's have a look at this. It's from Merca, brand is called Siezenn. I recently just unboxed this version. This is the jump hour. Again, a field watch vibe, but just makes it a bit more interesting. You've got the jump hour movement in there, which is an automatic Seagull ST17. And yeah, it just looks nice. You know, I think a lot of people did like this. You can get it in the bronze for £103, or you can get it in, you know, in steel for £89. So, I mean, it's around 105 currently, but it's even cheaper in the sale. So there's a slight difference there. And yeah, it's very nice, very different. Comes with a mineral glass, you know, FYI, which it's not really a deal breaker in my opinion. So let's see what we've got next. Here's one from Addiesdive. See, I looked at Addiesdive watches. There's a lot that people have looked at, but I want something to really stand out. And for some reason, the theme has developed to being field watches. I did this, you know, subconsciously, guys. But yeah, I found this blue red version quite interesting. Of course, it's got a bit of a Hamilton look to it. I don't know what the bracelet is like, but I really do like how it looks on leather strap. So it's automatic NH35, 39mm, loomed up. I like the red accents on that blue background, and yeah, it looks quite interesting. Case looks quite nice as well. Let's scroll down, see if we find anything else about it, anything of interest. Not really. Yeah, so that's enough. And the price, main thing, it's going to be coming down to £56 away from, you know, 60 effectively. So a little bit of a discount there. And, you know, I might, again, look at this as well, because it's cheap enough. So it's probably worth splashing out a bit this time around. Let's have a look at any more that are, yeah. So we've got another one from Addiesdive, guys. And this, again, just piqued my interest. It's got 4.9 rating out of 66 reviews, which is really good. And the watch has gone down to £40. So you've got a bi-compact chronograph. It's going to feature I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Seiko, you know, those VK, whatever. But, oh, you know what? Die was 200. It's a chronograph. It's got the bezel, rotating bezel. I don't know. That's put me up a bit, guys. I'll be honest. I didn't really see that before when I was picking it. But still, if you can get past that Die was 200, it looks like a nice watch. It's 41mm as well. It's different to, you know, the Seamasters that we see and those other kind of chronographs that we see a lot of the times. So pretty different style there. Price, again, 40 quid. I think you can live with Die was 200 on the dial. Okay, and then another one, let's look at one from Cadisen, and these are really, you know, budget prices here. So this Cadisen watch I featured as an alternative on the recent Cadisen review I did. I wasn't too happy with that watch, but this one looks a lot better. It's homaging a Seiko reissue. It's got a turtle sort of case, cushion case. It's still got that 2 adjustment micro clasp, which I don't really like. Bracelet looks quite interesting. And overall, I think the design is quite nice for Cadisen. And I chose this particular one because of the markers on there are correct. And 60 quid, NH35, you know, very good build quality for the price there. Let's have a look at some of the real life pictures. And it looks good, right? Great legibility, really good quality that I can see. So this is quite an alternative, quite distinct shape as well. So 60 quid potentially in the sales. And now we've done that. Before we go on to some of the ones I haven't touched, let's show you guys a brand new release. Now this is from Sugess slash Seestern, and it looks really good in picture. So I've requested that Seestern can send one of these out to me. So we know what it's homaging. It's homaging a GS level Seiko. They've got a Seiko NH34 in there. The finishing, as we know from Seestern now, it is really high end. They can definitely compete with San Martin on some of the models. And what I'm interested in seeing is just how well, you know, functionally it works. You've got sunburst dials, you've got these brushed and really sharp GS style hands, very clean dial there with the white mixed with the green accents. That looks really good, and you're gonna have heaps of lume on there from Seestern. And yeah, just check that out, guys, man. Looks really interesting. I mean, I can't wait to see the bracelet quality and the case quality. It's called the S456, 14 sold but 1 review. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong watch on the review. That's a bit silly. Okay, well, that one doesn't really work. So it's just been released, and also I'm shocked there's already a review on there. So a few different colors. This is one, like I said, I'm definitely gonna have to look at if you want to take the chance. I mean, Seestern, there's not much risk when you look at them. Let's look at the dimensions. Yeah, it's 41mm, 13mm thick, 170 on weight, kind of heavy, and lug to lug just under 49. So it's gonna weigh slightly big, but you know, I think just under 50mm for a wrist size as small as 6.5 inches is okay. And so currently it's £230. Use some Aliexpress coupons and it should be a bit cheaper. Right, so let's go on to the watches that I haven't touched, but again, you know, same thing, we know they're good. So this one from San Martin, right? I'm a bit annoyed with this because I did request this from San Martin a while ago, and every time I asked, they said we haven't got it. So this is not the one with the date, the Janseng, I'm hoping I'm saying it right, with those dials. This is a no date version using the proper 9039 Miyota movement, but with the Chinese style. I mean, there's some Chinese text behind the dial. You'll see that, I think, better in real life rather than on the pictures. And it does have a meaning. I think they've written about it somewhere. But the thing here with San Martin, so yeah, we can look at that one. Oh, God, it's not going to let us go there. Here we go. So we can look at the watch that, you know, had all the hype, really. I've gone somewhere else. Here we go. So this is the 39mm Zan Gada, you know, with the Miyota 9015, 270-ish sold already. I mean, they've done a lot of hype work around this, and you knew it's gonna sell out quite a lot. Lovely 3 colors. So this is definitely going to be a recommendation, and it's going down to 220. I'm still trying to get my hands on one from San Martin, don't get me wrong. I'll still try and get it in and have a good look myself, but very nice dial design. I've critiqued San Martin in the past about their dials. I don't feel they're as good as they can be, but recently they have really picked up on the dial game. The bracelet and casework, as you guys know, is impeccable. So yeah, I mean, the handset, for this one, I'll let them go, but usually they have used those Nautilus style handsets forever now, and they need to kind of move away from there. But yeah, incredible watch. So let's go back to the one that I was showing. So what they've done with this particular one now is they've took over. They've given us sizes from, you know, from 36 all the way to 39 and 42. So they've covered everything, guys, and this is where I really rate them. From when they released this watch to bring out another, you know, 2 sizes is incredible. I mean, the production power they got behind them is stunning, and it's very difficult for anyone to compete against them. So I mean, like me, if you're probably more interested in the 36mm, I'd definitely go for that. 42 for me is a bit big, but you know, people complain the watches are too small, so they've catered for everyone here. 36, 39, perfect sizes. And I think they've done that in the 9039 as well. This particular one's 39, but if you look at the catalog a bit more, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. The 9039 Miyota one is also one that I'd choose in the 39, bang on that red fume, orange fume with a bit of, you know, printed text behind it. Not printed text, but, you know, that texture they've done with the Chinese lettering looks good. So yeah, the San Martin, that's incredible for them. The price is, you're going to get it cheaper than 240 really, because you've got San Martin coupons. So I think they're going to smash it on these two watches. Now we are hitting the category for the question mark watches. So these watches that I've looked at, they've stood out. I don't really know about the brand, and it's just something I wanted to bring to you guys and just say, you know, what do you think? Is it something interesting, right? Something away. Now there is one brand called Farasute that I've been seeing quite a lot. I'm probably saying it wrong. So this is the cheapest one, or one of the cheap ones they do. You know, nice little dress watch, very symmetrical design. £133, but it's going to be £116 in the sale. Now I chose this just to actually show you more about their store. So if you go into the store, you'll see just a whole list of different watches. You've got this one, rectangular one, which looks quite different really. You've got like, hang on, it looks quite thin as well. You can see your classical two-hand on the top and your second hand there at the bottom. So, you know, these are quite different, quite interesting styles. So I definitely will be trying to get in touch with Farasute to see if I can get anything for me to review before I actually make any purchases. So that's definitely an interesting brand that's piquing my interest right now. I'm trying to look into these a bit deeper. I've pulled up a Pierre Paulin for one reason and one reason only. We've seen this jump power stuff, but there's one colorway which shame on Merca for the poor pictures, but just take a look at that purple. Now in the center there is a gear shape pattern, which why it stood out. So I've asked that they send me one of these in, because that looks quite tasty there, I'll be honest. So I really want to see that and see how that looks in hand. Right, and then that should bring us to a close. There's not much more to look at. So we looked at Farasute, Merca, and yeah, Sugess. Yeah, so this one I've missed this one. So I did an unboxing recently on these jump hours as well, and you definitely want to go for, if you want something a bit different, a bit elegant as well. It's a 38mm case, reasonably thin. I mean that dial pattern is stunning from inside. That gear shape or whatever the hell that is, it just looks good. The aventurine, no matter how much I like it, I'd say if you want just a statement dress piece to be not really concerned about what time it is, get one of these. But I'd probably be more drawn to perhaps the white with the blue on a suede strap or something with this blue dial. The salmon is even another good option there. Crazy detail. You can see on the pictures people have gone for the salmon a bit more, and also the blue. So it's a really good watch, and it's going to be around £96, potentially cheaper with the coupons. So we are done. I've ticked off everything I wanted to talk about today, and in decent time as well. So here we go, guys. That's my list. 15 watches, a bit more. Take your pick, right? Look for something different, and obviously, you know, really appreciate whoever uses my links. Everything will be linked within the description. It's an absolute huge help, you know, in running the channel and obviously keeping this hobby going. And I'll, you know, pick a few myself, and then of course follow up with reviews, etc. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the sale. Let me know in the comment section below what you've got in your basket, what you plan to buy, and yeah, let's take it from there. Happy buying, everyone. Until then, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you all.